I get it. That burning need to have the latest and greatest gizmos. The itch you feel as you read about incredible new features, the classy new designs, the improved interface, the improved speed, the enhanced specs. It's all so very tempting. But you have to remember that the global marketing chains, YouTube channels, glossy magazines, TV shows and websites reporting on and reviewing all of the new goodness have a vested interest in your surrender to that new gear itch. The software, computer peripherals, computer services, semiconductors and online retail business sectors are cumulatively far more profitable than the pharmaceutical and oil and gas industries combined. Put simply, big business has a crystal clear rationale as to why you should upgrade your drone. The question is, do you? Yes, like a soothing balm for that financial jock itch, like Caniston for your wallet, I'd like to offer a counter-argument to the battle cry urging you to trade in, upgrade and move on. Here, my friends, are 5 good reasons why you should not upgrade your drone. Look, I know I'm going to sound like your mum and possibly transport you emotionally back to the nightmare fuel that was a childhood shopping excursion with your parents, but bear with me. You'd tug on your mum's coat sleeve while pointing at some new skateboard, scooter, games console, or if you're an old Generation X bastard like me, a new Action Man accessory, and she'd give you the knockback that you knew to the soles of your boots was coming your way. What's wrong with your old one? And so, channeling the spirit of mums everywhere, I put it to you that there is absolutely nothing wrong with your current drone. Don't believe me? Here's an awesome little technique to use when you get that new gear upgrade itch. Search for your drone or camera on YouTube and re-watch the original marketing videos. If you've got a DJI drone, find that 3-minute video they released to announce your drone's initial arrival into the world. I can guarantee it'll give you a rosy glow of satisfaction as you're reminded of all the amazing features and capabilities of your drone. And guess what, geezer? Fuck all has changed. Those features are still there. It's just as powerful. All that's happened is you've grown used to it. The global marketing machine has worked its magic on you, hopped on your shoulder, whispered sweet nothings in your ear. But your drone's as great now as it was when you first watched that release video and reached for your credit card. Now, obviously, you've got 2 options if you're looking to upgrade your old drone. You can hang on to the old one or you can trade it in. Drones are expensive bits of kit and the resale value of used drones is not great. It's highly likely that you will only recover a small portion of the original cost of the drone. And when you're working out how much to sell your drone for, remember to factor in the cost of all those little extras you purchased over the years. The extra batteries, the case, the bag, the replacement gimbal cover, the filters, those special props you bought, the battery charger, and so on and so on. You will recoup none of the cost of those items and they are not compatible with your next drone. The other option, bearing in mind the low resale values of drones, is to simply hang on to your old one. But be honest with yourself, will you use it or will it just collect dust on a shelf somewhere? A long forgotten memento from the past. I suggest you'll just forget about it until one day you decide to fly it again for old time's sake, only discover the batteries are ballooned like late era Elvis. So if upgrade fever has you by the balls, or whatever the female equivalent of that is, boobs, ovaries, selling your old drone's the lesser of 2 evils. Of the features that most often entice people to upgrade their drones, I'm willing to bet that improvements in camera and lens is up the very top of that list. It's easy to get caught up in the ever-improving specifications of the cameras and lenses that companies like DJI stick on their drones, but realistically, the upgrade will make little difference to your output, particularly if you only ever shoot in broad daylight. The Phantom 3, which was released back in 2015, had 4K video capabilities. And while it admittedly struggles a bit in low light scenarios, 4K footage shot on that P3 is excellent. It was great then, and it's still great now. So good are drone cameras and lenses these days that the manufacturers scrabble around in the margins of the specification sheet in order to entice people to upgrade. My Mavic 2 Pro, which was released in 2018, shoots 4K video in 10-bit at 100 megs a second and can shoot full HD 1080p at 120 FPS. These will continue to be superb technical specifications for anything shot for use on YouTube, and I defy anyone to watch the vast majority of Mavic 2 Pro and Mavic 3 4K footage side by side and tell me which is which. My Mavic 2 Pro is in fine working order, and until everyone's got 135-inch 8K TVs and retinal scanning OLED eyeball implants, I won't be updating. As long as I can continue to get new batteries as the old ones wear out, my Mavic 2 Pro will continue to serve me well. Just about the only valid argument for upgrading a drone based on technical specifications is moving from a medium-sized drone like the Mavic 2 or 3 to sub-250-gram drones like the Mini 3 in order to dodge all those tax and overzealous rules. Our global obsession with electronics is placing a heavy toll on the small blue dot of ours, and so anything we can do to minimise electronic waste is surely a good thing. You do not have to be a fully woke, hard-charging, hemp-wearing, carrot-chewing, bong-blazing eco-warrior to take a more measured approach to the purchase and replacement of electronic devices like drones for ecological reasons. I realise that some manufacturers seem to operate on the basis of planned obsolescence, and I also realise that many manufacturers make it extremely difficult, if not impossible, to repair their products, but not all of them. I crashed my old Phantom 4 into a tree and repaired it myself because DJI weren't dicks about it. Access to the interior of the drone was easy and the replacement parts were readily available. I understand the older Vata might be a bit more of a challenge to fix up, but on the whole, drones, perhaps because they fly and therefore get damaged more often, are reasonably easy to self-repair. Upgrading just for the sake of it to stay at the top of the heap and have the latest and greatest drone is, in my humble opinion, not a good look. Drone technology is almost uniformly excellent these days. Just as it's hard to buy a bad digital camera, it's also pretty hard to buy a bad drone. So for that reason, new drones have small incremental upgrades, not groundbreaking new features. There hasn't been a one more thing moment in the drone scene for quite some time. The fact that updates to new drones are incremental means that with a modest amount of effort you can bridge the gap between new drone models and your current one. In the movie industry, this is called fixing it in post. I just call it being pragmatic. For instance, DJI make much of decreased noise levels on their most recent drones, but you can reduce noise and improve flight time, speed, and general performance capabilities on your existing drone by simply buying third-party props. You can greatly improve the quality of both the photographs and the video on any drone by using the current generation of AI-based processing apps. Topaz Video AI can upscale footage from 1080p to 4K in incredible quality, and it can remove noise and artifacting on video taken with older camera sensors too. Software such as Luminar Neo, Topaz Denoise AI and Sharpen AI, Photolab and Photoshop can massively improve low-resolution photographs with no loss of quality. So, if you wish you could generate 4K video at 120 frames per second with a Mavic 2 Pro, just purchase Topaz Video AI and upscale your 1080p to 4K. And if you've got some noise in a drone photograph or you'd like to increase its size to print it out for your wall, use AI RAW editing apps. Well, that'll do us for this video, guys. Have you been feeling the old itch to upgrade your drone? With a cost of living crisis going on and a financial downturn either happening or on the cards in most countries, it makes more sense to spend $100 on an AI post-processing app than it does on a whole new drone. Hopefully, my beautifully argued reasoning will persuade you to postpone any updates for the time being and instead make the most of your current excellent drone. So, have you recently upgraded or did you decide to stick with your existing drone? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a like and consider subscribing for more outrageously sensible content from me. Till the next time, guys. Ta-ta.